Today we are going to do another CompTIA Plus practice exam or practice test for the latest CompTIA Plus exam, guys. And no further ado, let's get into it and start this test. And first question is, a user reports that their laptop's battery drains quickly. What should they check first? Printer queue, USB device drivers, internet speed, firewall settings, or power settings. What would be the correct answer here? And obviously, if battery drains quickly, first we should check for power settings, as adjusting power settings can help extend battery life. And on your PCs or laptops you have a battery settings where you can regulate how much battery you would want to spend for this or that resource, for example for screen brightness, and you can save battery on your computers, especially on mobile devices like laptops and smartphones. And if you are interested, guys, I have also course here on Udemy where I have created 5 practice exams, and these exams are also for the latest CompTIA Plus, as you can see, for 1201 practice exam. And in this course I have 5 practice exams. Each exam is 90 questions, and each of these practice exams are also for the latest CompTIA Plus Core 1 exam, and these practice exams are multi-choice and 90 questions each. So in total there are 450 questions in this course. If you are interested, like I mentioned, I will leave a link in description and in first pinned comment of this video. And next question, a technician is troubleshooting a desktop that intermittently powers off. Which component is the most likely cause? So, if your desktop intermittently powers off, what could cause this, or which component in your PC could cause this? Optical drive, sound card, power supply unit or PSU, case fans, or printer driver. And obviously, if your computer is powering off constantly or intermittently, the most likely cause could be power supply or PSU, as this is most likely to do with electricity supply to your computer, as failing PSU can cause random shutdowns due to inconsistent power delivery. And next question, a technician needs to install Windows 11 on PC, but the installer says this PC does not meet requirements. What is the most likely cause? DNS settings are incorrect, TPM 2.0 is not enabled, Wi-Fi driver is missing, the monitor resolution is too low, or the SSD is fragmented. And the correct answer here is TPM 2.0 is not enabled, as Windows 11 requires TPM 2.0 for installation. And like I mentioned just a second ago, guys, if you are interested, you can go and check my CompTIA Plus Core 1 course on my Udemy. And if you are interested in more videos like these videos where I go over different practice tests on CompTIA, Cisco, Microsoft, and many others, you can go to my channel's homepage, click on playlists, and there you will find many more playlists on different practice tests or practice exam preparation tests. And here a user wants to set up a dual boot system with Windows 11 and Linux. What disk format should they use? GPT, NTFS, FAT32, exFAT, or HFS Plus, which would be the correct answer here. And here the correct answer is GPT, as GPT supports multiple partitions and is compatible with both Windows and Linux, making it the best choice for dual boot systems. A technician needs to replace the cooling solution in a high-performance gaming PC. Which option provides the best cooling efficiency? So, best cooling efficiency. Stock air cooler, passive cooling with heatsinks, USB powered fan, single heat pipe cooler, or custom liquid cooling loop. And obviously, like I even told you in my last video or explained you in my last video, when it comes to cooling, think about your car, for example, that always will be liquid cooling. And here the correct answer is custom liquid cooling loop, as custom liquid cooling provides superior heat dissipation, especially for overclocked CPUs and GPUs. And fan cooling is not so efficient. And next question, a user reports that their monitor displays an out of range error after changing display settings. What should the technician do first? Replace the video cable, update the Wi-Fi driver, change the power supply unit, disable secure boot, or boot into safe mode and reset the resolution. And the correct answer here is the technician should boot into safe mode and reset the resolution, as an out-of-range error occurs when a resolution or refresh rate exceeds the monitor's capabilities. Safe mode allows resetting these settings. And next question, a technician is troubleshooting a laptop that only charges when the AC adapter is held at certain angle. What is the most likely cause? Faulty lithium-ion battery, incorrect power settings in BIOS, overheating CPU causing power fluctuations, corrupt battery firmware, or damaged charging port. So, which would be the most correct answer for this question? And here the correct answer is damaged charging port. As if a laptop only charges when the adapter is positioned at a specific angle, the charging port may be damaged or have a loose connection to the motherboard. And here I believe that everyone of us in life, when we are using even laptops or mobile devices or mobile phones, we have experience some charging problems, and when we place the charging cable in some particular position, only then it charges, and here is the similar situation. And next question, a technician is troubleshooting a computer that produces a series of beeps on startup but does not display anything. What does this indicate? So we are starting up a laptop or computer, but it produces a series of beeps. What does this indicate? Incorrect display resolution, disabled Wi-Fi adapter, corrupt printer drivers, hardware failures such as RAM or GPU issues, RAM random access memory, or graphical processing unit or graphic cards issues, incompatible file system. What is the correct answer here? And the correct answer here is that this is a hardware failure such as RAM or GPU issues. Usually when you hear these beeps, they are mostly related to RAM or GPU. As beep codes indicate hardware failures often related to memory, graphics or motherboard issues. And next question, a technician is replacing a faulty power supply in desktop computer. What specification must they match to ensure compatibility? So, what specification they should match, like power supply, if you are replacing it in desktop computer? Screen resolution, Bluetooth version, printer driver version, wattage and connector types, or network speed. And here's the correct answer is wattage and connector types. Actually, I need to press it. A replacement power supply must provide sufficient wattage and have the correct connectors for the motherboard and other components. A company wants to ensure that all employees' devices have the latest security patches installed. What should they implement? Data loss prevention, wireless MAC filtering, port forwarding, proxy server, or automated software updates. And here the correct answer is automated software updates, as enabling automated updates ensures that all devices receive critical security patches without user intervention. A user complains of slow network speed on a wired connection, but Wi-Fi works fine. What is the most likely cause? Router firmware update, faulty Ethernet cable, high CPU usage, low laptop battery, or weak Wi-Fi signal. And the correct answer is faulty Ethernet cable, as a damaged Ethernet cable can result in reduced speed or intermittent connectivity issues. A user complains that their laptop battery drains quickly and the device overheats. What is the most likely cause? Malware infection, incorrect BIOS settings, overuse of hibernation mode, failing SSD, or damaged RAM. And here the correct answer is malware infection, as malware can run background processes that consume CPU and battery, leading to overheating and rapid power drain. A technician replaces a failed RAID 5 drive. What is the next step? Format all drives in the array, replace all drives to ensure uniform performance, start the RAID rebuild process, delete and recreate the array, upgrade the RAID controller firmware. And, like I'm mentioning in all my videos about RAIDs, you should know the RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5 and RAID 10. And what is the correct answer here? And correct answer is start the RAID rebuild process. As in RAID 5, after replacing a drive, the array rebuilds using parity data. A user reports that their computer powers on, but no display appears. The monitor and cables are confirmed to be working. What is the most likely issue? Faulty RAM, disconnected SATA cable, corrupted BIOS, dead GPU, or failing power supply. And correct answer here is dead GPU, as if a system powers on but has no display and the monitor is working, a dead GPU or faulty display output is the likely cause. A user wants to connect their desktop to a Wi-Fi network but does not see any available networks. What is the most likely cause? The computer has no wireless adapter installed, the ISP is blocking Wi-Fi connections, the motherboard is overheating, the firewall settings are incorrect, or the system has an outdated CPU. And here the correct answer is the computer has no wireless adapter installed, as many desktops do not have built-in Wi-Fi adapters and require a USB or PCIe Wi-Fi card. The next question. A user reports that their laptop's battery drains extremely fast, even when fully charged. What is the most likely cause? The power adapter is faulty, the battery is failing or degraded, the CPU is overheating, the RAM is faulty, or the hard drive is fragmented. And here the correct answer is the battery is failing or degraded, as over time lithium-ion batteries degrade and lose their ability to hold a charge, leading to a rapid battery drain. A user reports that their laptop's display is dim even at full brightness. The issue persists in BIOS. What is the most likely cause? Corrupt video driver, Wi-Fi interference, faulty backlight or inverter, incorrect network configuration, or low ink in the printer. And here the correct answer is faulty backlight or inverter, as if the issue occurs even in BIOS, it is likely hardware issue related to the screen's backlight or inverter. A technician is troubleshooting a laptop that will not turn on. Battery and charger have been tested and are working. What should they check next? Printer settings, power button functionality, BIOS boot order, monitor refresh rate, or keyboard language. And here the correct answer is power button functionality, as a broken or unresponsive power button can prevent a laptop from turning on. A technician is troubleshooting slow-performing PC. Task Manager shows 100% disk usage. What should they check first? USB driver, background applications, printer queue, screen resolution, or Wi-Fi frequency. So what should be checked first if there is a slow performing PC and Task Manager shows 100% disk usage? And here the correct answer would be background applications, as too many running applications or rogue processes can cause high disk usage, slowing down the system. A user reports that they cannot receive emails but can send them without issue. Which protocol is most likely misconfigured? And for your Core 1 exam, you should also know protocols which are on CompTIA A+ Core 1 objectives. And here we are talking not about sending email protocol, but about receiving email protocol. So which one would be the correct answer? SMTP, IMAP, FTP, HTTPS, or RDP? And the correct answer is IMAP, as IMAP Internet Message Access Protocol is responsible for retrieving emails from a mail server, while SMTP is used for sending emails. A technician is troubleshooting slow Wi-Fi speeds in an apartment building. What is likely cause? A damaged monitor, the printer driver, a faulty sound card, a slow mouse cursor, or channel interference from neighboring networks. And here the correct answer is channel interference from neighboring networks, as in dense areas, Wi-Fi networks on the same or overlapping channels can cause interference. A user reports distorted colors on their external monitor. What should be checked first? The printer queue, the keyboard layout, the display cable connection, the RAM speed, or the Bluetooth settings. And here, if we are talking about displays, then the correct answer is the display cable connection, as that is the most relative answer as well to this question, as a loose or damaged display cable can cause color distortion. A user is experiencing slow performance while multitasking. What upgrade would provide the most improvement? More RAM, a larger power supply, new monitor, USB hub, or an external speaker? And here the correct answer, which would be the best solution, is more RAM, as additional RAM allows for smoother multitasking and improved performance. A user's desktop computer fails to boot, displaying no boot device found error. What is the most likely cause? A loose RAM module, a disconnected or failed storage drive, a low battery, a faulty sound card, or disabled firewall? And here the correct answer is a disconnected or failed storage drive, as if the system cannot find a boot device, the primary storage drive may be disconnected or defective. And you should also know that very first, usually the primary drive is the very first drive which is connected on your motherboard. And the user reports that their Wi-Fi signal is weak in certain parts of their house. What is the best solution? Upgrade to a wired keyboard, install a Wi-Fi range extender, lower the screen brightness, or disable all firewalls, or replace the SSD. And here the logical and the best answer is install a Wi-Fi range extender, as a range extender can boost Wi-Fi signals in weak coverage areas. And yes guys, like I mentioned, if you are interested in more complicated questions for CompTIA Plus Core 1, then visit my Udemy course with 450 questions and 5 practice exams, 9 questions each. And if you found this video useful, leave a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and see you in the next one.